Good afternoon and welcome to my channel Learn English. My name is Mrs. Sheetal Jain Pillai, presenting to you blog writing that has become popular in the digital world. Blogs are personal logs, and an individual layman writing has gained more importance as opposed to professional writing in the recent times. It gives every individual the privilege of publishing his thoughts and ideas in cyberspace for a worldwide audience, instantly and without any cost except internet time. So today we'll be learning how to write a blog, what are the structures of blog, what are the characteristics of blog, and who a blogger is. So a blogger is someone who runs and controls a blog, and you do not have to be a professional writer. You can write anything from anecdotes to events to critique books to personal feelings, arguments, and persuasion in a blog. So let's get started. What is a blog? By me, Mrs. Sheetal Jain Pillai. What is a blog? A blog is a short form of the word weblog, and blogs have become more popular with more and more people populating the digital media. Blogging means blogging of one's thoughts, ideas, experiences, and more, and can be done very easily with a few clicks. A blogger's thoughts, opinions, news, anything and everything can be blogged. Blog is a staple of who you are, the ultimate expression of who you are and the web. The blog's theme controls how your blog looks like. Blogging is a great way to connect with other people and to get your ideas out there. The structure of a blog, as seen in the picture, can be arranged with a header, footer, and main content, and the sidebar that shows other blogs by the writer. Blogs invite likes and comments and can become digital discussion forums. Blogs are written, posted, linked, and shared widely on the internet. Blogs can go viral when they are shared exponentially and receive huge readership and even attract advertisement revenues. The first structure of the blog is the header, where it comprises of the title or a logo if you have one. So whatever title or whatever name you need to give your blog, that comes under header. Then we have three buttons for easy menu navigation, which is home, which is about, and contact details. Home is your entire profile. About would talk more about your details, your professional and personal life, and it will also have a contact details if others would like to contact you for professional purposes. So that is what the header consists of. Header consists of your name, the title of what your blog talks about. If you're talking about food, so your title would be something related to food. If you're talking only about motherhood or your experiences as motherhood, your title or your header would show something about motherhood. So that is about the title, the header. Next is the sidebar. Blogs usually have sidebars. This area generally includes the widgets and things that the bloggers want to highlight. For example, if you've written some of your blogs and you would like to highlight it, you would highlight it as your favorite link or popular content or your posts that you are following, your recent activity, your subscription option, and your various social media accounts that you are on, which the readers would like to follow. As you can see here, the sidebar, you can see that Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all these icons are there, which means the blogger is on all these social media accounts. So the reader, if they are impressed with your work, they can go follow your account on other social media platforms as well. The next structure is the footer, which usually lies at the bottom of the structure. A footer usually has contents that a blogger would not want to change. It would have information about himself and his contact details. So if a reader is reading any of his blog and if he wants to know about more about the blogger, he would just go to the footer section and click on about or contact me details to get more access details about the blogger. The main structure of a blog is the body, and this is the primary reason where people will read your blog, and it is a place where thoughts and ideas come to life. The theme could be anything, varying from food, medicine, training, management, travel, etc., where members or followers will regularly read your article and also participate in critical discussions. Blogs provide a dynamic writing world where feedback is immediate in the form of comments. So people who like you will always like your work and always comment on your work, and will also develop a community discussion and even become the political conscience. One thing you need to keep in mind is there is no particular rules of writing except to be except that your blog will be read by large number of people. Therefore, popularity and readership are the only norms for a blogger. So your writing does not have to be good or mediocre. It has to have that popularity and it has to reach the heart of the public. So you could choose anything and everything under the sun to blog. You could also write about how you spent your time during these pandemic crisis, where one was struggling and one was coping up with the quarantine measures taken by the government. So you could write anything of how you feel about the government, how you feel about the local government, how you feel about the teaching, how you feel about your school. Anything and everything could be blogged. So now these are tips of how to write a blog. So the first tip that I would like to give all my students is to have an attractive title. If a reader comes to your blog and reads the title, and if he finds that attractive, that is when he will go on to read your blog. So very important is you need to have that attractive title so that your readers you can attract your readers to come and read your blogs. This is what happens with newspapers. When you read your newspaper title, that is what it interests you to read on further, because your newspaper title or your blog title will tell us what the content of your blog is all about. Therefore, compelling title is mandatory. Then you need to have a lead paragraph that sums up the blog post. So you need to talk about your blog in a paragraph that talks about the entire blog post. We did summary writing. So this is what you need to do. You need to summarize your entire post in a paragraph to tell your readers what it is all about. Next is you need to find a good image for your blog post. So something that describes you well and something that does not have copyright rights can be used as an image for your blog post. So seeing that image, the readers are attracted and they come running to read your blog. Next is to add your personal experience or twist. The best way to write a blog is talk about your own experiences. That is the way you would be unique from all the other bloggers, because your experiences and their experiences would be different, and that is why the audience would love to know how the people around the world are doing. So personal anecdotes are the number one hits when in blogging. Next is make the main body scannable. So when a reader is reading your main body or your blog, it should be scannable, which means he has to read it fast and even understand what you have written, and yet be mesmerized by the way you have written your blog. It could be the most simple blog ever, but then the way you have written it should mesmerize people. It could be a simple day in your life where you and your toddler were enjoying at home when nobody was around. So you could blog about that, and that could inspire other moms as well to spend the day like how you did. Or maybe you are taking up an activity with your son and you have tried some new activities which you would like to share with other mothers. You could write about that, you could blog about that, so the other mothers could come, read your blog, and apply that same thing in their lives. As a student, if you have tried something different, or you've made notes, or you have made study easy, you could blog about that and tell other students this is the way to study, and convince them to adopt your method to make their study easier. If you've learned coding, you could share your experiences with coding, and you could share the advantages once you learn coding, so that other bloggers who are interested in coding read your blog and go and educate themselves in coding. Next, you need shorter paragraphs and sentences, simple words. So your blogs does not have to be long, it has to be short. Use short sentences, simple words, apt words, so that the blogger does not have to run to the dictionary every now and then to find out the meaning of what you have written. But if you use good vocabulary, that is eye-catching, and people will definitely come to read your blogs. Keep your posts short. End your post with a discussion question. So whenever you write a blog on any themes, for example, food, if you've written something about food and you have shared your experiences of how it was, then you would post a question, did you try it yet? Which means you're encouraging your readers to try what you have tried and see the result and post it on the comments. So this will also help you understand the success rate of your blogs, to see how many number of viewers you have, how many number of viewers, readers you have, and how many number of viewers are following your post. So this is all about how to write a blog. I would also be sending you sample blogs as a Word document. You can go through it and post your comments in the comment section so that I know you've understood blog writing. So this is me, Mrs. Sheetal Jain Pillai, signing off. Thank you.